Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. And as always, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. So it has been quite some time since I've actually made a video. The Corvette is done. The last video I made, we talked about how the Paxton supercharger was bad. We got that all fixed. I'm going to do an update on that here relatively soon. No real update with this. And then we bought something really cool over here, and that's going to be the very next video. But as you can see by the title of this video, guys, I did get rid of the Jeep. We have the Ranger back. I'm going to explain all that because you guys have been hounding me on Instagram, asking me what happened, why I sold it. And that's essentially what this video is going to be about. I want to clear the air and tell you guys why I got rid of it. Well, there's a huge bee over there, Jesus. All right, guys, so yes, I did sell the Jeep. Financially, it just didn't make any sense. So the Jeep payment, the amount of gas I went through, because I do drive a lot, it actually cost me more money a month than what it did when I still had a car payment on the Corvette, which is absolutely mind-numbing. So I'm gonna get a lot of hate in this video, I'm sure, because a lot of you Jeep guys are like hardcore enthusiasts, but don't crucify me when I say that it was by far the worst daily driver that I've ever owned, and here are a few reasons why. All right, so number one on the list is that they are incredibly expensive and they're a terrible value. So what do I mean by that? I mean that for $40,000, you can get into a brand new Jeep, and realistically, it is the same plastic garbage interior that you got before. It's just cheaply made. They're terrible on gas. They're not very comfortable. They're not really anything special. And I feel like because this is a Jeep and they had this long history of like hardcore enthusiasts, it's really the name that you're paying for. Now, I didn't hate my Jeep. I actually genuinely liked it, but unfortunately, it just wasn't a very good daily driver for what I needed it for. I think for $40,000, you can get a much better vehicle with a much better interior that will do essentially the same thing that a Jeep will, but it just doesn't have the 7-slot grille. That's basically the biggest part of the reason why I sold the Jeep, is just because financially it didn't make sense. So I guess I'll start talking about why I actually got the Jeep. So there's a huge aftermarket for them. I live in Ohio where the weather's crappy like 8 months out of the year. We just got lucky with a nice day here today. So it does snow here in the wintertime. The Jeep's 4-wheel drive. I'm into modifying my vehicles, as you can see by the Corvette. The Jeep parts are actually a lot cheaper than the Corvette parts, which is kind of a no-brainer. And I don't know, I thought I was going to enjoy it more than I really did. I was going to take the doors off in the summertime, take the roof off. That only happened like maybe 3 or 4 times. I've never actually taken the roof off. I just couldn't really get into it. The other thing is that there's really no place to off-road near me, and I don't think I had the power anyways. Power-wise, they're nothing to brag about. They used to come with a 3.8-liter minivan motor, which you guys are well aware of. The 3.6 honestly isn't that much better. Completely underpowered. It doesn't make any torque. It's just an absolute joke. Granted, I put 35s on mine. I lifted it and did all that sort of stuff. And the gearing that I had in my Sahara, it could honestly barely turn the 35s that I put on there. If I would have bought a Rubicon with the 410s, that probably would have been okay. Which is another issue I had with Jeep, is they know that like 99% of their people are going to end up modifying them anyway. You know, your lift kit and your tires are like 2 of the first things that you do, but they don't give you a proper powertrain. Now, of course, they thought about this fairly recently, and they decided, you know what, we're going to put a 392 in a Jeep, and that's going to solve all the problems. But the issue with that is that that new Jeep costs like $70,000, and I'm going to just go ahead and say it. If you got 70 grand to spend on a Jeep, you have way too much money, or it doesn't make sense. I can't even justify spending that much money on a Jeep. But that was one of the bigger reasons why I ended up getting rid of it. And then lastly is just the overall comfort of it. So I don't think they're very comfortable. I wouldn't want to drive them cross country. It's something you can do, but I think for the amount of money that you're going to spend on a Jeep for 40 grand or whatever they cost brand new for like a base model that gets you very little options, the same junk interior that I had, I just think there's a lot more bang for your buck with other vehicles. So that played a huge role. Something that kind of worked in my favor though is that my Jeep actually held its value just like they all do. I actually made $2,000 over the course of 2 years on my Jeep. So I took it up to CarMax. I was gonna make a video on that, but you guys already seen several of those videos, I'm sure, and frankly, there wasn't anything really exciting about it. But they gave me almost $20,000 for my Jeep, which I ended up taking. I bought my Ranger back, and then I paid my Corvette off. So we're gonna have a lot more financial freedom on the channel now that I don't have almost $1,100 going out each month in car payments. And that's really about it. That's basically gonna do it for this upload. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.